what is your life philosophy? What would it come down to if it was a tagline or a couple sentences? What is it?
Oh, I only got three.
Okay.
You control you
Okay.
all the time, every day, all day.
Yeah.
Don't let someone pull you out of your emotions. You control you.
Hmm.
Make your passion make sense. CENTS.
Mm-hmm.
So anything you love and that you have a passion for doing will eventually make you some money. Just stay driven and then seek
Mm-hmm.
death. So those three philosophies really keep me going. And what's cool is that somehow I came up like I literally had to Google two of them to make sure that no one's come up with them because I was like, no way, someone said that somewhere. And like
Mm-hmm.
even you control you, no one said it like that. It was
Yeah.
like I started
Right.
looking, I'm like, how is that possible? You control yourself and you do this. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, so those that's when I knew I was stumbling onto a new version of me, is when I could start really developing my own quotes and not rely on everybody else's. And so there's nothing wrong with using other people's quotes. I use other people's quotes quite often, but for me, I was able to settle on those three and come up with those three, and they came out of nowhere. And that was what was so dope about it. It was like, oh, say something, write it down. I was like, nah, I'll Google that in a little while because I'm gonna be disappointed that someone already had that.
Mm-hmm.
And all three of those times, I'm like, oh man, I'm like, this is mine. I'm like, let's go. And um, yeah, I don't know if I just I have this ignorance to refuse to stop. And I say it's ignorant because there's probably reasons why I should. I'm just not discovering them. And so I'm blindly and willingly able to be ignorant to fail. Like I'm just gonna keep going, and I'm willing to grow all the time, and that that is something that's tough for some people, and it's I mean for some people, for all of us, it's very tough for me sometimes. And that confidence you talk about, my students call that BDE. They call that I
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I have to, but it's it's not there all the time. It's like if you put my ex-wife on here, she could remember times where it wasn't, where I was shook and I wanted to quit. There were times I literally would take folders and I'm done with this. Like this artist isn't doing this, and this company ain't doing this, and this ain't happening here. And man, I'm sick of all this. And what the, you know what? I'm not making no. She's like,
Mm-hmm.
you really want to quit? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. And the next day I just get back to it. And so, and even my girl now, like there's times I've said I'm done. I'm done with the gym. Like I'm done because I'm dealing with whenever it's something that I know I shouldn't have to deal with that I'm dealing with, that frustrates me. And then I have to go back to you control you. Why am I letting this get me out of my realm and out of my own thing? And I've been very blessed to have women in my life that have known when I really need something said, they come through in the clutch. And so, like, I literally was frustrated the other day with my gym because something someone said from another gym, and I was already dealing like, and it shouldn't have affected me, but I just got some horrible news about my family. It's one of those days where you get some news, and then something that normally wouldn't bother you is now annoying the crap out of you. And so I came to her and I'm telling her about it. And she was like, you know, if this was a normal day, this wouldn't even phase you. So just take a breath, relax, chill. About an hour later, I was back at my gym, and when she got there, I had to give her a hug and kiss and say thank you because now you're right, I'm good because I control me. And so just leave it at that. So those philosophies really have hit home for me. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I wouldn't have. Those philosophies were still there. I just didn't know how to put them in words. All I knew how to do was as Pain One would say, he was like, yeah, let's go. Like I always would pound my fist on something because it was like I get so hyped and have so much energy about what I'm doing. So then I'd have to get it out somehow. And so it was just, I wanted to do this, and there was no other way to make it happen.